This show is brought to you by the Deluxe Edition Network. Head over to theden.show for other great podcasts.
Citizen Dildo.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Deluxe Edition, the show where we love to dig deep into classic pop culture and talk about all sorts of crazy things. I'm Bill Sebald, here as always with Mr. Casey Shearer, and joining us again, Miss Amber Hofmeister.
Hi everybody.
You know, I love your name, and I finally figured out when you were coming on today, I'm like, why do I love that name Hofmeister? It's just, what was the name of the bad guy from Rudolph the Red-Nosed? Wasn't it like Mr. Freeze-Meister and Mr. Heat Miser? Oh, it was Heat Miser.
Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Oh, well, to make the joke work, everybody please meet Miss Amber Hofmeister.
Thank you. Mr. White Christmas.
Oh, you sing too. You're a scream queen, a model, and a singer.
No.
What other talents do you have?
I can fly.
I don't think she's telling the truth there. I'll believe the singing before the flying. I'm not that stupid. I'm pretty stupid. It's easy. After the week I've had, I feel pretty goddamn stupid. It's easy to fool me. Well, I think we have a pretty fun show planned today. But before we kick off, just a little bit of house cleaning, if you will. I heard somebody call that a house cleaning on another podcast. So we're gonna clean house a little, which just means we're gonna talk about shit that is about the podcast, if that's okay with everybody.
It's okay.
Where's
with
your
me.
maid outfit though?
Where's my what?
Your maid outfit.
My maid outfit?
Yeah, you're cleaning house. You need a maid outfit.
How about we talk about your robe? So, all right, I got it. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to try something today. This is how this came about. Casey, one day, we're just doing the podcast, and Casey's like, book Tom Cruise. Out of the blue, we're just talking about Tom Cruise, and it startled me. I was afraid. I was like, whoa. I don't know that anybody hates Tom Cruise that much. Like, it was just seething with anger. And I was like, okay, I'll just let it go. Because clearly nobody really hates Tom Cruise. Next episode, maybe it was the episode following. Once again, fuck Tom Cruise. Like he found a way to work it in. Casey really hates Tom Cruise. And I started thinking about him more and more. Like I'm obsessed with it. And I go, there's good shit from Tom Cruise, but Casey hates it all. There's stuff made by Tom Cruise for big burly men like Casey, but Casey hates it. He's full of action and comedy and he can even go highbrow and do law. Not for Casey. So I couldn't wrap my head around why Casey hates it. So what we're going to do today is we're inspired by the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard shit going on, and we're going to try to figure out with a legal hearing today, which is why Amber, you're wearing your judge robe. She's like, should I go get a robe on? We said absolutely. She comes back in a beautiful satin pink sexy robe, and we just loved it. So we're like, you keep that on, and we're going to figure out once and for all. We're going to speak for Hollywood. Judge Amber, is going to decide based on Casey's and my arguments whether Tom Cruise should be in Hollywood or whether he should be kicked out. That's today's show. I'm a judge
for the people.
You represent. Listen, I didn't want to put pressure on you, but like Tom's watching this. He's like, oh shit, we're only live streaming this for Tom because he really wants to stay in Hollywood. So, man's life is in your hands. Yeah. All right. Well, before we get started, I wanted to talk about a couple things. Are you guys checking out the trivia that I'm putting on Twitter? Yes, I've never talked about the trivia game.
Stuff. I don't like Twitter.
Trying. You don't like Twitter? Well, yeah, a lot of people are mad at Twitter now. It's like everybody's mad at every social media network. Like every one of them sucks. Everybody hates everyone. They hate TikTok. They hate Twitter. But somehow everybody's on them. So we used to do on the website. I made this impossible. I was like inspired by Wordle. I was like, let me make this app, and I'm going to make these questions, and it's going to be a quiz. It's going to be the most impossible questions for like the audience that likes to answer things and then share their results online. Casey, you don't even know this. I spent like 30, 40 hours like making this app because I'm terrible as a programmer. Finally make it, finally get it launched, put it out there. I'm like, I can't wait to see who comes to it. Nobody. Total dog shit. What a bust. So I started to take these questions that I wrote and I just started to put them on Twitter. I'm like, fuck it. We'll put them on Twitter. At least they're going, if they're going to go nowhere, at least they'll go nowhere in the Twitterverse. And people are kind of responding to it. So I'm going to keep it going.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
very cool.
It's the impossible pop culture quiz, I call it. And I'm going to make these questions really fucking hard. So, jump in, find my Twitter and you can go and play the pop culture game.
And what is your Twitter account, sir?
It's at Bill the Mountain. Bill the Mountain. You know Conan the Barbarian?
Yes.
I'm Bill the Mountain.
All right.
Because that was my old email address. That was a Frank Zappa song called Billy the Mountain.
Oh.
So when it was like time to come up with an email address back in 1997, I was like, how about Billy the Mountain? Or Bill the Mountain, rather, because Billy was taken. And now I have it. And now people are like, what's it mean? I'm like, fuck. I wish I just got my name at Yahoo. Why'd I have to do a nickname that I have to explain now 30 years later?
Just come up with something cool. Like when you were growing up, you wanted to be a mountain man. So you're Bill the Mountain.
Yeah, look at me. Do I look like a mountain man?
Kinda.
You know what? Talk about somebody blowing up. Talk about like trying to get their name out there. I was looking at your pictures today again on Instagram. You have like 44,000 followers.
Yeah,
I did not. Yeah. I mean, they love you. I'm like, I want people to love me this much.
You
do a
gotta
lot of.
try at Hollywood some more.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You like that when I whisper my sad thoughts to Hollywood? Listen, Hollywood. Some of us live out in Reading, Pennsylvania, as far from you as possible. We didn't choose to be born here. Yeah, maybe I'll try that gag later. But yeah, your photos are doing. I mean, they're getting better and better. So how's modeling been going?
It's been a lot of fun. I actually did a little shoot yesterday. We got rained out, but it was a blast. I'm working with all different photographers now, so it's been really cool.
And movies.
Yeah, I film one next month. So
which one?
It's called The Things We See.
What's it about?
I can't give too much detail, but it's a psychological thriller, and it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of acting on my part. So get ready, Hollywood.
Nice.
Didn't we just say I'm not very bright? Now it's a psychological. Like I like easy.
Oh no,
easy.
This is a little intense.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try to. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. When the trailer comes out, I'm going to watch the trailer. And I'm going to come to you and I'm going to give you the exact beat by beat of the movie. I am so good at figuring out everything from the trailer. Like that last Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh. When I went to see it, I saw the entire movie in the trailer with the absence of one secret that everybody heard about. They're ruining movies with these commercials.
Yeah, too much detail.
Yeah. Way too much detail. Way too much. Did I tell you? So we were talking earlier. I do a little photography on the side. I shot for Playboy. I did a photo shoot for Playboy. I feel fucking badass. I'm like a photographer with Playboy now.
Wait, I thought Playboy took the photos out of their magazines.
Well, that's the tricky thing. It's not, Playboy's not big here in the US anymore, but it's still big overseas.
Ah.
So yeah, the opportunity came up and I was like, well, okay, I can handle naked people. Like it doesn't offend me. So I did like a shoot for Playboy and it's going to come out next. Like it's been a really weird month for me. Everyone's like, you got so much cool shit going on. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have time to process it because life is moving way too fast right now. So like, I'm even going out to LA to do some more shoots. So by the way, Casey, I got to talk about my schedule in the next couple weeks because I'll be on a road trip. I'll be on tour. I'll be in Miami. I'll be in LA.
Damn.
Moving up in the world, homie.
I'll be in Georgia. We're not talking about that. No, I'm not kidding. I don't know anything about Georgia. Like it's shameful to be in Georgia. I don't know.
Peaches. I don't know.
I think the only time I've ever been to Georgia is like a drive-through, like going to Disney World. I was like, saw it at night. Seemed nice.
I had a layover once. That was about it.
Where? You did what?
In Georgia, Atlanta.
What's it like?
The airport was huge. That's all I know because that's where I was at. I was coming back from Seattle. That's
kind of cheating. When people are like, "What? How many states have you been?" They name all the states, and then they go, "Oh yeah, well, it was the airports I landed in." That doesn't really count. The way Casey travels, Casey has been all around the world. Casey is the muffler man. How's the muffler man search going?
Good. I actually have a few lined up for this week coming up. I have to head up to Chicago area and then Wisconsin, all around that way, up around Green Bay. Yeah, quite a few muffler men on the road.
Well, I'm trying to talk him into coming to LA on June 3rd.
What?
Go out and see some of our friends. Now that we're big show business people.
Superstar.
He might do it. If I push him hard enough, he might do it. I love it. I love the superstar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right.
I have a lot going on right now.
Yeah, no, you do. This is a fun show. We're not supposed to get into the serious stuff, Casey.
Please.
I mean, it's funny.
This is my hour away from reality a week. Please.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. All right, we'll just keep it light and fun. Keep it light and fun. Well, how about we play our game? Well, is it a game? It's not a game. This is life or death for a certain actor. All right.
This is if Amber, depending on which way Amber rules, Tom Cruise may not have a career after this episode.
I know.
Who knows?
I know. This is exciting.
I'm sorry, Tom, because I know which way it's going to go. I mean, you're a piece of shit. So
I've even heard Katie Holmes was watching. Hearsay. Nice job with the hearsay. We've all learned that word.
Yeah.
Wow. They say hearsay way too much on that damn show I watch called the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial.
It's wonderful.
Which, by the way, I'm editing our episode now that we recorded last week on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. And it's one of those edits as I'm going through it. I'm cracking the fuck up because I made so many mistakes. And I'm like, it's out there now. I can't fix it. I can't delete all of this content. So, all right. But back to our game. Now, I'm thinking probably the best way to just sort of do this is we just take turns, Casey, me and you. And then we have to, we talk to Amber. Mm-hmm. And we really can't talk to each other, but we'll each get a chance to go and have a comment about the last person's deposition. I guess we'll call them depositions. All right. So This game then has barely any rules. Those are the rules. Which one should start? Who's got the better argument?
I'll allow it. You go first. I'll allow it.
Court is in session.
Yeah.
That's my gavel.
I love it. Your air gavel. The sound it makes when it hits the desk. All right, so I'm starting with a strong one because the most important thing is you start with the strong argument. It's the one people remember. They will remember the opening argument. Don't tell me how to open my argument. All right, look, I know you've been to court a lot. All right, I know you've been a defendant many times, so I'm sorry to teach you at court.
This is true.
All right, so evidence one. Why Tom Cruise should always be in Hollywood, should never be kicked out of Hollywood, should never be thought. It should never be thought to remove him, is because the movie Legend.
Yes.
Come on. Look at you two.
Bullshit.
The movie Legend is it's an incredible fantasy masterpiece. It's probably underrated. Tom Cruise is in it. Mia Sara is in it. Mia Sara was from, I really don't know her for much more than maybe Time Cop and Ferris Bueller. She was Ferris's girlfriend. And who's the other guy? The other guy, Tim Curry. The great Tim Curry. He was that giant devil. Remember that devil with a giant red face and these massive horns? You really don't know the movie.
No, I've never seen it.
It's a Ridley Scott movie. It's an 80s movie. I am so glad you haven't seen it because I can't wait for you to go watch it. It's a movie that came out and it's just such a brave and unusual movie to try to put out in the 80s. And it was ambitious and it worked. It's a great art film and it's got really good performances by these guys. If you like unicorns, there's real unicorns in it.
There's no such thing as a real unicorn.
Watch the movie. You can't just take a unicorn stick and stick it on, glue it onto a horse's head. So it's got to be a real horse. A real unicorn. I mean. Wow, you guys have never seen that movie.
No.
All right.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've seen very few Tom Cruise movies because, as you stated earlier, I do not like the man. And before researching for this episode, I really had no reasons behind it other than I just didn't like him. But now that I did the research for it, now I really don't like him.
I've actually damned Tom Cruise even worse by coming up with this topic. He was still hanging by a thread until I asked you to do a little research on him, and now you hate the guy. All right, well,
yeah,
this is bad. I look like Amber Heard's lawyers right now. I'm not doing a good job with my opening argument.
I'll give Tom Cruise Days of Thunder.
Thank you.
That's the Days of Thunder and Tropic Thunder are the two movies I will give Tom Cruise.
All right, we'll get back to Tom Cruise movies. I'm ready for your opening argument.
All right. He's a Scientologist.
Yep.
Look, I have no problem with anyone and their religion. I'm not a religious man myself.
Bullshit.
But I have no problems with religion. Scientology is a made-up cult that was founded in 1952 by a sci-fi writer. It's not a real religion. It's not real.
L. Ron Hubbard did say the fastest way to get rich is make a religion. Then he went out and made one. So,
right.
That's pretty tough. Amber, what do we make of this? Is that weighing on you?
That was a pretty good opening argument, I have to say. That Tom Cruise is in a cult, that kind of puts him on the bad list.
You know what? I got to admit, I think about it all the time. Like when he's out there on that cruise ship, the Theta 8 cruise ship or whatever, and like
Sea Org.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever they do. And he's out there thinking like all that alien stuff is true. And, you know, like just the way that they love him, he just must feel so loved in Scientology. You know what? If I was Tom Cruise and they came to me, they said, we'd like you to be a Scientologist and we're going to treat you like this, I think I would be a Scientologist. They're like, we're going to give you your own cruise ship, your own spaceship. Offend give you everything. I'll be like, sign me up.
No,
I'm not going to go into religion.
What's wrong with you?
But I don't want to offend anybody. But look, it sounds pretty damn good. I'm not a very religious person, so I can be bought.
No, Scientology is bad, and what's his name? David Miscavige is just collecting everyone's money. Like you know, you have to pay a fee to be in Scientology, like or to be a Scientologist. You have to pay a fee to be in their cult.
Everybody does.
And
how do you think they're going to get all that shit to you know, they need the money to buy shit for Tom Cruise.
It's very hard to get out of from what I've been researching.
Yeah.
And I have more on, like, as we get into this, I have more on
his
that
reason
as
2,
well,
3,
so.
4, and 5. He's in Scientology.
That's it. That's his whole case.
Have you ever been in a cult, Amber?
Not yet. I
Yeah,
mean, probably in a movie someday.
We assume cults are bad. What if there's good cults out there?
It could be.
I feel the same way.
Not Scientology, though.
Shit!
Just haters. I don't know. I'm going to start a cult myself one day. Guess I know
The
who
cult
to
of
invite.
Deluxe Edition.
Yeah. It's going to be the Deluxe Edition cult. That's
There
it.
you go.
We're starting it right now. I'm trying to brainwash both of you to do my bidding.
I'm gonna go in and change the Deluxe Edition, the group, to Deluxe Edition, the cult.
Yeah. Do like a Patreon package where it's like the Deluxe Edition cult package.
Yo, I love it. I love that. Yeah. Oh, Amber, that's the best idea. So it's like we ask them to pay more to be our Patreons. And then when they get in there, we give them work. We give them like culty work to do. Thank you for being part of our cult that you've paid for, just like Scientology. Now go out and preach the word of Deluxe Edition.
Do our bidding.
Do our,
Perfect.
Please do the research for my podcast episode.
yes. Yeah. Oh, I won't have to edit. I mean, like, all right, Deluxe Edition follower number 8. You're gonna edit this weekend. Oh,
You don't even know their names; they just their numbers.
yeah. All right. This is good. This is real good, guys. We're on to
Sorry,
something here.
everybody.
There's some money in this, I'm telling you. Some L. Ron Hubbard money. All right, let me go on to my next argument. The reason Tom Cruise needs to stay in Hollywood is because he does his own stunts.
No problem.
I think that's badass. This guy, this beautiful man, God's perfect face, and he's willing to jump onto the side of an airplane and fly over a volcano and risk not falling into the hole. I mean, that's pretty good dedication from an actor. You can't tell me you don't respect the fact that this guy is doing crazy stunts for any kind of big actor. Not just little like, oh, I stood up and I fell down on my butt. Oh, I did a stunt. They're crazy stunts.
I mean, Casey's a stunt man.
May I know you said that we're not allowed to interject, but may I?
Well, I guess my argument is going to get shot down.
So this isn't in my notes, but I actually thought about that earlier, and I kind of was thinking along those lines. But now, as you say it, I don't like it because he's just taking more work away from other people. He's taking work away from the actual stuntmen who do that for a living.
You prick.
Unbelievable. I never thought you'd take that angle. I never thought you. So by your argument, every actor that becomes a director is taking work.
No, that's different.
Why?
Because they are directors.
But now they're taking work from directors. Basically, anybody who tries to get another job is doing a bad thing because they're taking a job from somebody else.
I will not apologize for who I am.
Have you ever seen a movie where like they CGI in the face of the actor and it's like really badly done? I remember seeing a lot of it. I can't remember. Maybe it was like Blade, where all of a sudden you see like a karate fight. And then all of a sudden for like a brief second, the CGI'd face of like Wesley Snipes shows up on the stuntman and pops right off. And it's just like this. Oh, it's so bad. But I loved watching, like, especially when the Mission Impossible came out, all those movies came out, and it was like he's doing his own stunts, and I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, that's his face getting pelted with bugs and stones on the tarmac, riding that motorcycle, chasing a jet. I don't know. I appreciated the hell out of that. You guys are tough, man. You guys are tough.
Amber, what are your thoughts on Tom Cruise being his own stuntman?
I think that's actually kind of cool. I'm going to have to go with Bill on that one.
Yes!
Because that's pretty neat. Not a lot of actors do their own stunts. They're just like, let me pawn it off on somebody else. But that's cool that he does his own stuff.
We were talking a little to Mark Singer about it. He's like, yeah, they I asked if his ability to do stunts helped him get the role. I can't remember what he said. So I don't know why I brought it up.
I don't think
No, he said, yeah, I think he was talking about like, it's too dangerous. Like, yeah, maybe you can do them, but if you get a brush burn on the face, production shuts down. So I wonder if he gets if they're really like, Tom, stop this bullshit. We don't want you doing your own stunts because you could hurt production. And he goes, fuck it, gonna do it anyway. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
He sounds like Cartman. Okay, I do what I want.
I'm gonna have to put in a picture of Cartman, a video of Cartman talking, and yeah, I'll put in some Tom Cruise over it. That'll be pretty interesting right there.
I am the one who's in charge.
All right, Casey, I'm ready for your argument.
Number 2, he let the Scientologies blackball Nicole Kidman into never seeing her kids again.
God, man, you went dark.
Yeah.
When Tom Cruise showed signs of coming to his senses in 1998, they went batshit, the Scientologists. Instead of having the cojones to walk away from the evil, he let them alienate his then wife, Nicole Kidman.
So many secrets.
There's words that Scientologists use for people who are not in the Scientology cult. They're called SPs, suppressive persons. And they also labeled her as a PTS, a potential trouble source.
Now I know what that means when they call me a PTS. Now I know. They'd always put that acronym after my name, and I didn't know I named PTS.
Yeah, the suppressive person, the SP, is a designation held for people who church members are supposed to avoid contact with at all costs. And her, I think it was her daughter. Was it? I want to say Surrey or someone. They said that she was a fucking SP.
Yep.
It like there's, I don't know if there's an audio clip or something of her saying that though. About her own mother.
Never heard that. When all that was going on, I thought he was with Katie Holmes, not Nicole Kidman.
I know a lot of women.
But yeah, I guess he was with Nicole Kidman during all that.
Oh, we're going to get into that, buddy.
All right. Well, I'm capable of independent thoughts. I can look at the man and go, he's wacky. And I can also look at the man and go, he makes good action movies. So I hope you got more than just Scientology, sir.
Oh, I do.
All right.
Don't worry.
Well, all right. Who's next?
You are.
All right. Here's why Tom Cruise, and I'm going to think about this pragmatically from a financial standpoint. The man makes money. People can say, I don't like Tom Cruise, but people go and see his movies.
I cannot stress this enough.
How can you kick a guy out who constantly makes movies that make money? Ben Affleck, he was hanging by a hair. That motherfucker figured out how to come back and make money. Tom Cruise, he can have a couple clunkers, but there's never a risk of Tom Cruise leaving because he'll eventually get back to making money. Casey, thoughts?
I have
Crickets,
no
I hear
thoughts.
crickets.
I mean, he's not making any money for me. I'm not going to see any of his movies unless he comes out with Days of Thunder 2. I might watch Top Gun 2 only because I was a fan of Top Gun in the
He
past.
doesn't like Top Gun.
Let's talk about Top Gun 2 for a minute. So we joke a little bit because we had on the show we talk about it like 4 or 5 times already, but we're going to talk about it one more fucking time. So we had Tom Skerritt on the show, and this was what, a year and a half case. When was he on? About a year. Yeah. So he came out, and pandemic had just knocked all the movies off their course, right? So Top Gun 2 had been advertised forever. It was supposed to come out. I think it was one of the movies that the pandemic pushed back. So Tom comes on, he does the show, and he starts talking about who died in that trailer because there was a very sort of loose kind of, you couldn't figure out what the plot was type of trailer that came out. And he told us who it was. And we were like, Casey and I are like, we got the scoop. We got the scoop. We know who died in Top Gun 2. We got the goddamn scoop. We're calling TMZ. We're sending letters. I sent letters to everybody. Everybody. Nobody wrote back. Not a damn person cared. So the other day, not one. So the other day, I'm watching the new Doctor Strange movie on there, and the Top Gun 2 trailer came up. And they make it pretty clear in this trailer who died. So our scoop is not useful anymore. But I got to say, I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, now I know what this movie's about. And I kind of got into it. I was like, ooh, I wasn't a big Top Gun kid, but this thing was kind of like, yeah, I might go see that. Just tickles your like 80s macho fancy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically going to be the exact same movie again, just with different younger kids. And Tom Cruise, I imagine, is now the captain, or not the captain or whatever. He's the trainer, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's it. So I have a webpage up, 10 of Tom Cruise's lowest earning movies ranked. All right. This is from Screen Rant. Have no idea how true it is. Don't care. It's our show. We sometimes just peddle fake information, so we don't care. This is probably fake bullshit. All right. So number 10 of his lowest earning movies is Legend. Right? Telling you, go see it. You'll love it. It's called classic. All the Right Moves is number 9. That was a big movie. How is that a low earner? Like, that movie is huge. You've all heard of that?
I've never heard of it.
Wow, that was a big movie. Number 8, The Outsiders. Come on.
He was in The Outsiders?
Yeah, it was a big movie.
I didn't know that.
And somehow they're calling that a low earner. Magnolia, that came out in 1999. That's when all the movies were getting like really artsy for a hot minute there.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. I never saw it, but I remember hearing about it.
The Color of Fucking Money. Great movie.
Is that the one where he slides across the floor?
No, that's Risky Business.
Oh, okay.
No, this one, Color of Money, is with yeah,
it's a pool movie, right? Paul Newman.
Paul Newman, there's the name. Yeah, it's a pool movie. It's an iconic movie.
Yeah.
All right, see, now you're starting to remember. You're starting to go, whoa, Tom Cruise is kind of an icon. Shit. Number 5, Rock of Ages. Who doesn't love Rock of Ages? Nobody loved Rock of Ages. That was dog shit.
I've seen that one.
I never even heard of that one.
Oof,
I did. Musical. I made it through it. I like those kind of movies, but
looking at this picture of him, it's like a picture of Tom Cruise dressed like Bret Michaels. It doesn't look good. Oof. Here's what I don't know. Lions for Lambs only made $64 million. Probably a bust or a flop because, he made $100 million on it and he lost money. But I've never heard of that. As both Meryl Streep and Robert Redford star alongside the stunt-obsessed actor. Yeah. Risky Business. It comes back. It's number 3. Movie that famous. And it's number 3 on the list. American Made. I don't remember that. Number 2 is American Made. Do not remember that. Probably Casey saw it. He loves all the shit that's terrible. And then number 1 is Far and Away with Nicole Kidman. How many movies did he make with Nicole Kidman?
No clue.
I know he made a porno when he made that Eyes Wide Shut, that like dirty, filthy movie from the guy who made The Shining, who's dead now, whose name is
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
So was that list that you just named, was that from the highest grossing to the lowest grossing? Or
those were his bombs.
Yeah, the bombs. But which order? You went from 10 to number 1. So was it the worst to the first?
Last one I read, apparently to this website, it is his biggest disappointment.
Oh, okay. So it's okay.
But my
so the
point
list
is
actually backwards.
That's probably bullshit. It's just clickbait. I fell for it. I clicked it. Somebody got a nickel for my click. I saw a few ads on there, so that it's bullshit. All world's bullshit. This could be bullshit too. But the point is, pretty good movies here. Your Honor, what do you think?
He has some good movies. I did like Risky Business and Top Gun. But I mean, like, he's definitely gone downhill. A lot of his movies now are very dumb.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly, how many Mission Impossibles can you make? How many is there now?
How many James Bond movies are there? I don't know. You can make as many as you want, as long as they're good.
Yeah, but are they good?
You know what? It wasn't on the list of none of the top 10 there was Mission Impossible, so it must be great.
I don't know about all that.
All right. Well, I think I'm starting to win this case.
I don't know.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at reading people. And Amber's got to tell. Every time I make a good point, she goes, yeah. Every time Casey talks, she goes, So that tells me things are going very well for me right now.
I'm processing all the information. I'm weighing the options here like a good judge.
Perfect.
Am I up? Is my
You're up.
All right. He is a crazy person. He's not stable. Okay? And I have, for this particular reason, I have several facts proving that. We go back to the Oprah interview where he jumped up. He was constantly the whole interview, he was just talking about Katie Holmes, and at one point jumped up on the couch, grabbing Oprah's arms, like jumping around. I think even it shook Oprah a little. She really didn't even know what to do. There was another time where he told GQ magazine that he was going to eat the placenta of the baby, which, like, I know that's a known thing, but I don't know. He said he was quoted as saying this to a magazine. I'm going to eat the placenta. I thought it would be very good, very nutritious. I'm going to eat the cord and the placenta right there.
We're going to get so much hate mail from placenta eaters.
Maybe it's a Scientology thing.
Well, he also claimed that he knew that she was pregnant before that she did. He could see it, like he could feel it, I guess. So he claims that he has the power to heal sprained joints, colds, sore throats, and more, all with a simple touch. It was a leaked Scientology propaganda video. Tom Cruise said, when you drive past an accident, it's not like anyone else. If you drive past, you know that you have the ability to do something about it. You know you're the only one that can really help.
Whoa, he said that?
He did.
Wow.
So I have two more for the crazy. You want to hear them now, or should I save it?
I mean, this narcissism, I don't know how you top this. This is a 10 out of 10.
This is like
Let's have
a
it.
third style.
All right, so he felt so passionately about going to see his new movie Tenet at the theaters that he recorded a video, which, well, he didn't record it. Actually, there must have been 2 or 3 people with him, and they filmed his like reaction, and they filmed him doing things. It's a really weird video if you watch it, and he's wearing a mask, and he says about the something about going to the theaters again with COVID. Feels good to be back in the theaters. The mask that he's wearing is one with the small vents on the side. It's not a CDC recommended mask. It's actually one that can, stuff can get into the mask. There's open vents right here on the side of the mask. So it's pointless.
I will teach you.
So you hate him because he picked the wrong mask?
No, I just think he's a dick.
You think he knew he had the wrong mask and he's just like, I can breathe poison. I'm Tom Cruise. I don't give a
He
shit.
can heal himself, right? Like,
Well, no. The reason I say about the mask is because of the next thing that I state. And I believe that Bill might have a video that he's going to play also for this. But in December of last year, he snapped on set because 2 people were standing too close to each other, I guess, for his comfort. And he snapped on set and just fucking went off on these people.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies.
He was pissed because of these people standing too close to each other. Like, who fucking made Tom Cruise the authority on COVID?
So
And
I was
I'm
actually
sure-
adding that as my argument. So I'm glad you're bringing it up. I actually like that. I like that he was taking it seriously. I found that to be commendable. You didn't
No,
like that at
fuck
all.
that. He's not, no, because he's not in charge of the fucking COVID protocol on set. Amber, you've been on a set. I've been on a set during COVID. Tom Cruise isn't the fucking man in charge of the COVID protocol. He's an actor on set. He's there making money. Yeah, okay, it's a movie that he's in, but I'm sure everyone had to have their vaccine in order to be on that set. I'm sure they were wearing masks. Like, who fucking gives Tom Cruise the authority to say you're standing too close to each other? Like, fuck you.
I thought he was a producer.
Even still, like, we know
If he's a producer, he's putting money into it. He's a boss.
Yeah,
You're right. I don't know where the who really gets to say what. Maybe he did, step up and do that. I hadn't thought of that. But I mean, I figured he's like, I got money in on this. There's a lot of people and you guys are taking this seriously and we're pretty scared. So please take this seriously instead of being I'm untouchable. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care what you jerk offs do. Like, I found it commendable. I don't know.
If he would have said it just like you just said that in a calm, collected, cool manner, okay. But to yell at those people in the manner that he did is fucking unacceptable.
All right, I'll give you that. It was a little excessive. It was like, all right, Tom, take a breath. It'll be okay,
Yeah,
Tom.
like he called them motherfuckers and like swore at them multiple times. And then when asked about it, he didn't apologize. He said, I stand by my comments. So I stand by my comments. Fuck you, Tom Cruise.
Shit.
I think he got you there.
Yeah, I think he turned my own evidence against me. This is an exciting court case.
Yes. It's anyone's game. Who's going to win?
Well, I only got one more piece of evidence to bring to you, Your Honor.
Oh, let's
And that
hear
is, it's a list of more movies. It's more movies.
Okay.
Okay. His shittiest movies were great. His great movies are even better. Let's go through this. Jack Reacher. Have you seen the movie Jack Reacher? Great movie.
No.
The TV show that they made on it. Great TV show. Casey, you would actually love Jack Reacher, by the way. Edge of Tomorrow. You ever see that?
No.
That was a great sci-fi movie. You guys missed Edge of Tomorrow? Like, it's a really good fucking movie. It's about time travel. Like, he keeps reliving the same day and he has to figure out how to undo this. And there's space aliens and all sorts of shit.
So essentially like Ferris Bueller.
It's like Groundhog Day, but in space with a lot of murderous monsters.
Exactly. Groundhog Day all over again.
Yeah.
With aliens.
Oh, for horror fans like you guys, it's great.
That's sci-fi.
Sci-fi horror isn't sci-fi horror. Wait a minute.
Genre.
Oh, I never thought about that. What is sci-fi horror? Sci-fi horror is horror. Sci-fi is sci-fi. Sci-fi horror is horror.
It's like
gotta live somewhere. Oh, then why do we have labels if everything is just all mixed up?
Because we're assholes.
America.
I love the Mission Impossible movies. War of the Worlds was an awesome movie. If you didn't see that, you didn't see War of the Worlds. Very good remake. It's a movie that didn't need to be made again, but he was good in it. Vanilla Sky was a smart movie. I can't tell you what it was about because I completely forget, but I remember watching it going, this is a pretty smart movie. Vanilla Sky was a good movie. Minority Report is basically has already predicted what the future will be. Go see Minority Report.
I did like that one. I actually watched it in school.
Why?
I don't remember,
I will teach you.
but I liked it.
They say a lot of sci-fi feeds what, we end up getting in the future. I'm still waiting for phasers to be able to set the stun. Top Gun, that was a classic. Cocktail. You can't tell me you ever go to a bar and watch somebody flip a bottle and you don't go right in your head. You go, that's Tom Cruise. He taught him how to do that. These are great movies. And then he had like a million law movies. I remember those as like he was in like every movie was a law movie. A Few Good Men, like The Firm, like everything was law. And I was like, okay, this is way too over my head. I'm a kid. I can't understand this. I can only understand things that fly in the air and dragons with horns and all sorts of other. Yeah. So that part of Tom Cruise, I was like, I can't keep up with this guy. Then he got good again. Tropic Thunder. He was in Tropic Thunder. That was the funniest part in the movie.
I will give him Tropic Thunder, and I'm going to tell you something. I saw Tropic Thunder in the theater. Okay. I watched the entire movie. The credits came. I turned to my friend. I will never forget this. I turned to my friend, Dustin Leffler, who I was with, and I said, who the fuck did Tom Cruise play in that? And the end scene, remember the end scene is Tom Cruise fucking dancing? And he's like, that guy. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Like that. I'll give him that. That was good.
Yeah. All right. Well, closing arguments. I'll give you my final closing arguments. The guy's a wacko. The guy's totally got a screw loose. A cult figured out, hey, this is a guy that we could really get on board with us and help promote us, right? Because L. Ron Hubbard, he even said, he's like, you want to make your religion famous? Use celebrities. Like everything this guy said to do to make a religion, to make a cult, he did. Like it's crazy. His playbook is out there. I used to see those commercials all the time as a kid. Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. It was a book. They were trying to sell this book on TV, and it was just this volcano, and they were, you must learn about Scientology by L. Ron Hubbard. And I was like, what is Scientology by L. Ron Hubbard? I had no idea. Then I remember my buddy Paul, we're walking down the street in New York, and he's like, that's the Scientology building. I want to go in. I said, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, I remember the books. I don't know what that is. It's all about a book. Don't go in there. He couldn't stop thinking about this building. One day he went in. He went into the Scientology building in New York City. He said he got in and he realized right away that it was like an orientation. Like, hey, we're going to try to convert you. They said he wouldn't let him leave. Like, they will not open the door for him. He had that story and he finally just pushed his way out. He said it felt very sketchy. So I don't want to say any more than that because I'll probably get sued by them. I know they're very litigious. I'm sure they're listening to Deluxe Edition. And now, you know, if we kick Tom Cruise out of Hollywood, he's going to fucking definitely get me. So if you guys like me, I need you to vote for Tom Cruise to keep Tom Cruise in Hollywood. Or I'm going fucking down.
After this episode, we're all gonna. I mean, I'm probably the safest because I travel so much, and it's very hard to lock down my position. But you guys should definitely watch your back after this drops.
I want you to stay away from me.
They don't know where I live. I live in a tiny town nobody knows about, so I'm good.
All right, so that was your closing arguments, Bill?
That was it.
Anything
That's
else?
the best I got. I put everything into that.
So you only did. You told me to come up with 5, which I did. I always do my homework. You had 4.
I count 6 here on my notes.
Once
Number 1,
again.
legend. Number 2, he does his own stunts. Number 3, he's always making money. Number 4, COVID. He cares about it so much and yeah, that was a fun little run there. And then number 5, just great movies. And I listed all the movies. That's 5.
Okay.
How did you have less? Do you got another one?
I got 2 more, maybe even more. I'm not sure. I have tons of notes. Let's see. So I have one more Scientology thing. I'll save that for the end. This is my 4th one. He's playing the wrong roles, in my opinion. He's acting like a Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger type, like a big action star. He's borderline a little person. You know that?
I know he's short, so you're really upset with the with his height.
Yeah, he's he claims that he's 5'7", but if you do a little look, Amber, I see you're crossing your look.
I knew this would go in my favor. Yes,
I have nothing against short people. Look,
doesn't sound that way.
We're fun sized, okay?
Look, but he's playing a role that is not meant for shorter people. He's acting like he's acting like a. I might get a little hate for this, but I don't. Let me change my outlook here. I don't have a problem with him being small or playing the roles that he's playing as a small person. Small people can do anything that big people can do. But the fact that he's lying about it and wearing elevated shoes to make himself look taller, I can't get behind that.
No,
I'm not a fan of a liar.
He's a liar.
He claims that he's 5'7", okay? But it's also stated that he's 170 centimeters, okay? If you do the math on that, 170 centimeters is 5.558 inches tall. So he's not even 5.5. He's just a little over 5.5 feet tall.
He lied about an inch and change. Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Like, what if you're gonna lie about it? Why not say you're 6 foot? You know, like just give yourself the extra few.
Jesus, next thing you know, actors are going to be lying about their age. Man, where does this end?
Why would they lie?
Amber, thoughts on that?
Well, I have to go against you on that because technically I'm a liar. In all of my shoots, I wear high heels and I position myself to make myself look taller because I am in fact 5'1".
Oh.
So I guess you can call me a liar too.
Look, I have, like I said in my statement, I have no problem with smaller people and especially women wearing the high heels. You know, and you're in a photo shoot trying to, you know.
Yeah, you got a grave. You got to try to dig yourself out of that grave.
I'm going to dig myself out of the grave with this next one, Bill. Did you know that the Scientology, the church, the cult of Scientology held auditions for his next wife? This is going back. I can't find the year, but they held interviews for a girlfriend for him, which led to his wife.
Oh, baby.
Nazanin I'm gonna butcher this name. Nazanin Boniadi. You ever hear that? She was a relatively unknown actress at the time. She was chosen from the masses to be his political wife. She was already engaged at the time, and they just threw piles of Jerry Maguire money at her, and ended up with Tom Cruise. He strayed for a little. This was when he strayed. This was before when he strayed from the church and he was with Nicole Kidman. Then he came back into the Scientology. This is when they held the audition. if you will, for his girlfriend. They threw a giant party for him when he was 56, and for his 42nd birthday. It was on the cruise ship Free Winds, the Scientology's Inner Elite Sea Org. There's like a sea organization that they have, and that's where you were saying, Bill, like it's all it's basically free labor. They're actually
is it out at sea? Because maybe you can like do shady shit and illegal shit out at sea.
Yeah,
I never thought of that.
It is definitely out at sea. So they talked to, I forget her name, something Haney. She detailed her escape from the Church of Scientology on the season premiere of Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath. These auditions for the girlfriend have been a rumor for years, and then Vanity Fair reported them in 2012, saying that Katie Holmes won the role for the audition for the competition.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You know why I can kind of believe this? Because back in like the golden years of Hollywood, they did have relationships that were fake relationships that they just, they posed with other actors to sort of get that paparazzi cred. So, if this is really a religion based on getting popular by using celebrities, then I could totally see them kind of setting him up for political purposes. Never thought it would be true, but shit, those guys do some really unusual things. So I will believe this.
Yeah, one last thing on that is it says for the process, the church sought out drop-dead beautiful women who were already Scientology members. They were told during the audition process that they were auditioning for a new Scientology training film, and were asked a series of questions, including one that said, "What do you think of Tom Cruise?"
Wow. They're like, well, I'm not a big, and then they eject them. Just shoot them right out of the ship, right into the water. Splash. Never to be heard from again.
You have been warned.
All right, I can't defend that, but I can be a person who says you're an idiot doing idiotic things, but your art is pretty cool. Michael Jackson, he's a hard man to like, but you can't not like his music. His music's pretty damn fucking talented. He's a creep. Music's good. So separating it, I can do that. I know a lot of people can't. Casey in point. Well, Amber, I think it's all up to you now. This is the moment. Tom's been hanging here. You got more, Case?
I got more real quick. Before the show today, I put out a poll on Facebook. This poll will be running for another day after this recording has been finished. But as we stand right now, I posted, should Tom Cruise be banned from Hollywood? 12 votes say no, and 6 people say yes. And one person thinks that I should be banned from Facebook for asking the question. Thanks, Fred.
You shouldn't have made that an option. All right, Amber, it's all on you.
Okay, yeah, the pressure's on. I'm feeling the heat. You both have made some very great points. He does have some good movies. He is a psychopath. Altogether, I guess I'd say I wouldn't ban him from Hollywood, but I wouldn't be sad if he didn't make any more movies.
Oh, that's kind of oh, no, that picture is very offensive. Now we're going to get kicked off of YouTube.
I love it. I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise. I mean, he does have some great movies, but all in all, I think he's got more shitty movies and a bad reputation than anything. And I don't really want my kids to look up to somebody who is like in Scientology and like accepting wives through a video, through an audition. And like, I don't know, he's not a very good role model in the Hollywood community. So should we ban him? Should we not ban him? It's kind of hard, but I'm thinking Maybe we should. We should ban him.
No!
Just because of the Scientology psychopath. Because honestly, he's sounding like Amber Heard, and if he keeps it up, he's going to start shitting in people's beds, and it's not going to be good.
You're saying start doing it? I think he's already probably doing it.
That's what happened.
He has definitely shit in someone's bed already. He's not a nice person. Banned from Hollywood. Get him out of here.
There's my ruling. He's banned. He's a bad role model.
Yeah, I guess he's not the greatest role model. Not the greatest role model. Johnny Depp. Now that would have been a role model. That's who we gotta root for. Johnny Depp. All right, pretty fun. Tom, sorry, man. You had your run. Hope you enjoyed it. No more Mission Impossibles for you.
I hate you.
Got to give that role to somebody else. Who should get the Mission Impossible role then?
Johnny Depp.
Give it to Johnny. Justice for Johnny.
He has an impossible mission of dealing with Amber Heard, so he can totally play that.
Wouldn't that be something?
Hell yeah.
The big Johnny Depp return to Hollywood in Mission Impossible 18.
Doing all of his own stunts.
Let's just reboot it. They're rebooting everything else.
That's true. It's really sad when they reboot shows that are already still going on. I'm pretty sure the Batman reboot, there's already a Batman reboot that's not even, done running its course. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's like the Chucky series. I think Don Mancini was pissed that they rebooted his movie when he wasn't completely finished with the series. So he was like, fuck it. I'll make a deal with Sci-Fi and make my own series.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I got to admit, I'm not a big, and we're definitely going to close up in a minute here, but I'm not a big fan of the horror movie reboots. One day we should do a show on the ones that were good, because that Chucky reboot is interesting. That's an really interesting take on it. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people talk about that Chucky remake.
Yeah. Actually, Amber, I think that's how we started talking originally, because I posted something about Chucky and you were like, hell, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I really liked the show. It was really good. I don't like the new movie that much, but the show is fantastic.
Yep. Original writer. All right, Bill. Sorry, man. Your buddy, he's got to go.
Yeah. Well, Tom, look, I fought for you. Remember me. Remember me in the will.
Hollywood, don't boot out Bill.
No. Now I'm going to turn on him. Take Tom. Take Tom. Save me. Take Tom. When it comes to me or anybody else, I roll right over.
Hashtag don't ban Bill.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you close up with the socials and we'll call it a day.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. We are at theden.show, along with a ton of other great shows. And our podcast of the month this month is Organic Spaceship. Check them out. All of our previous shows are at deluxeedition.show. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/Deluxe Edition Pod, or by joining the YouTube channel as well. And you can get some merch. Amber is modeling our shirt right now. You can get that at whatamaneuver.net/collections/deluxe-edition. And all the links for this will be in the description of the show. That'll do it. Amber, plugs where you can be found.
Pretty much just on Instagram, amber.brook32. Check me out.
If you look up into the sky, you'll see sunshine. That is Amber. Wasn't that sweet? I just made that up. Wow.
Beautiful.
Very sweet.
Poet.
Yeah, I better write that down before a fucking card steals it and makes money on my idea.
But you see what I'm getting at? I cannot stress this enough. I will not apologize for who I am. I will teach you so many secrets. No problem.